Freedom Alliance is here in Guadalajara, Mexico, helping veterans to find their purpose and continue their service. We're here at Boystown, which is a Catholic charity serving the poorest of the poor. Boystown is run by the Sisters of Mary, who bring these young boys in and save them from very difficult situations that they face in their lives. They live in extreme poverty, they've been abused, they have been trafficked in some cases, and the sisters rescue them, bring them here to Boystown. They give them food, shelter, safety, and education, and they train them in the Catholic faith. They've suffered trauma, and they're trying to understand how to overcome that trauma. So we introduce them to American veterans who have seen the worst of the worst in the world when they go to combat. They have suffered trauma as well, and they have overcome it.
Hi, my name's Lolly, and I served in the United States Army. I'm an Iraq War combat veteran. Last year, we were invited for an experimental trip to Chalco, Mexico to visit the girls there. And I prayed over the last year that other veterans would join me on this mission trip this year to Boystown in Guadalajara, Mexico.
Hi, my name's Enrique Soto. I was an infantryman in the Army, and I transferred over after a little while to mental health.
My name's Javier Camacho. I served in the Army for 26 years. I've been retired for 11 years, and I live near Savannah, Georgia.
To bring them together gives our veterans a sense of purpose, which so many of them need so desperately. This is one way for them to be able to fulfill that need, and we're just pleased to be able to bring them here to Boystown and to create a situation in which everybody benefits.
So at 4:30, these kids get released from class, from school, and they run out of the classrooms. You hear the silence and the birds chirping, and then it is almost complete chaos with the yelling and screaming and the happiness that you hear coming out of the buildings and out of the kids.
These kids, even though they don't have much, but they enjoy life to the fullest here.
Just watching these kids run around the fields, playing different games, soccer, basketball, volleyball, or just tag or chase. Some of the kids still running around barefooted, asking the sister, why is that kid running barefooted? She says, well, you're from the mountains, and the kids are just used to it. It's like we gotta get them used to having tennis shoes on.
They were so excited that we went to play with them.
So during our time here at Boystown, our veterans went into the classrooms and spoke directly to the students. They told them about the United States of America. They told them about serving in our military, having been in combat. The boys had lots and lots of questions.
And you can tell the kids, they're timid at first, but like they see us and they want to know about us. They want to know. And the more you talk to them, the more they open up.
And it was great to see that they were very attentive. They were all standing up when we walked into class, and they were waiting to be told to sit down. They would sit down and they were quiet and listening and paying attention right away. Asked a ton of questions, wanted to know what my experience was in the military, what we ate, where we slept, how we slept, what it was in basic training, what our routine was.
Many of the kids were intrigued with becoming a soldier.
Another great thing I've seen is just the amount of discipline these kids are learning here. They're starting to learn the same Army values that we were taught.
How the Army values incorporated into my everyday life, and to stay the course, because I know once they leave here, they're gonna have a lot of obstacles in their life. But if stay with God, keep the faith, that they will be successful in whatever they want to do in life.
When each class ended, our veterans stayed around for another 15, 20, even 30 minutes because the boys were so curious about their service and the things they did in their lives.
You know, they got different clubs, welding, jewelry, cooking. They're just so proud of what they do. They're always smiling, so disciplined, so respectful.
We also went and broke into small groups and had really personal conversations with some of the boys.
The bad stuff that we talked about yesterday was heavy. Sometimes we have to put things down. We're going down a path and we're just picking up everything off the path because we feel like we have to carry load it on our pack, and then eventually get so heavy that we're like, but I still have to pack this. And I said, I want you to unpack here, and it's okay. I'm not saying that you have to forget what happened to you, but what I am saying is that you can't carry that with you. Learning how to unpack those things and saying, okay, I can be angry about this, but now I have to use this anger and build upon it to get to wherever my North Star is. And that's gonna be what saves you later on. But I love the kid came up and he says, I'm sorry, but I gotta leave this with you, because I leave here next year and go out into the big world, and I need to make sure that I can survive out there. And I need to take this off. I need to take it out of my backpack and leave it here. And as painful as it was to listen to his story, it was absolutely, it left me gasping for air, and the only thing I left him with was, can I pray for you? And he agreed, and we parted ways. And I feel like his soul was much lighter, and I took a little bit of his burden away that day. I'm so thankful that I could do that.
We had one big assembly the night before we left, in which the 1,800 boys here at Boystown put on a festival.
We were gifted with a few different special performances by these boys here.
They performed for us different renditions of mariachi music, some like tap dancing, hip hop dancing.
And at one point, they invited our veterans up on stage and sang them a song as a tribute.
Their final presentation was singing Reckless Love of God, but in Spanish.
It brought me to tears hearing them sing. Everybody was singing with their heart full, and it was beautiful.
Picture this, 1,900 boys singing their hearts out in praise of Jesus. Being bilingual, it was very special for me to be able to hear the song in Spanish and sing along to it in English in my head. It was a memorable event, and it really spoke to my heart that these kids have prepared something for us and given us a gift on our way out of here.
An event like this, where we come to Guadalajara, where we meet with young boys who have suffered their own traumas, the connecting tissue is the faith. And so many of our veterans have a deep, strong, passionate faith in our Lord. That is what brings them to service in the first place. That is what brings them to the point where they are willing to sacrifice themselves for the safety of others. Combat and war sometimes takes a toll on that faith. Sometimes it puts it in doubt for a lot of soldiers. So that's why it's so important for our troops to come here to a place like Boystown, and it renews the faith of our veterans.
Well, my time here has been humbling. I was completely blown away by these kids. I was blown away by the sisters. They're so dedicated. They give all for these kids.
What I noticed as a mother was that many of these boys were missing that part of their lives, of having a loving mother in their lives. And thanks to the Sisters of Mary here in Jalisco, those boys are experiencing that daily in their lives. And so I'm so thankful again for this opportunity to be here.
Because I just see the joy in their face that we were out there with them.